Welcome back to the Mayor's Update. We are live from the capital city, Ottawa, as well as the railway city, St. Thomas, Ontario, with Mayor Joe, our host, and Angela, who is our special guest. She's from the Home Builders Association, and she's here to talk a little bit about what they are up to this weekend. So, Angela, what's happening over at the Joe Thornton Centre?
Yeah, well, we're excited to say that the St. Thomas and Elgin Home Show is back after about a 2-year hiatus, which is not a surprise to most people. But we're back, and it's going to be better than ever. We have a great lineup of vendors. We have a ton of community support, and we're really excited about it. It's already being set up. It's starting to look like a home show already. By noon today, it was already looking great. So we're excited about it.
I don't know where my booth is, but I'm there almost all weekend, from Friday night through Sunday.
Right.
It's another place for Mayor's Update. Come ask the mayor at the City of St. Thomas booth anything about the city, and anything else if you want to. But it's a fun place to be. Our home builders do a great job of this home show, and it's been sadly lacking for the last couple of years as we went through the pandemic. And now we're back, and it's a slightly different time of year. Usually it's a little earlier in the spring, but I think it's still very relevant for most people. Go there. My mother-in-law bought a shed, the last one, so 2 years ago. No, I don't want it. I want that one, she said. And sure enough, the next, the Monday or Tuesday after the home show, they delivered it. But this is the type of vendors and the type of things that happen in St. Thomas, and really looking forward to the Joe Thornton Centre. So, Angela, did you get to see how we put down the floor to cover the ice?
Yes. I witnessed the entire process for the first time. I've been involved in this home show, I would say, approximately 10 years as a volunteer.
Right.
In the past, and not something I participated in. And I think it was well worth it to see the process. I'm not going to lie. The entire time the floor is going down, I was envisioning some events in that arena, Joe.
Oh, no, we could do so many more things.
Mm-hmm.
Councillor Kohler and I continue to talk about this. We have a great indoor space for entertainment. I know we had Gord Lightfoot there once, and we keep saying, why can't we repeat this? We recognize, we see other arenas like the Budweiser Gardens, obviously a bigger event center, but be able to put a floor down, hold an event, and 2 days later hold a hockey game. We think the Thornton Centre could do the same thing. So you're right. Keep that in mind. It's a very good event space for St. Thomas, and it can be done. We bought the floor so that we can cover ice, then uncover ice, put the Zamboni on it, and they're back playing hockey. So
and the arena staff were amazing this morning. The volunteers that came out from Doug Terry Homes, MP Homes, Grant McDonald from Valleyburn. I just had an amazing crew, and it's a puzzle. So it was,
yes.
But it was the kind of crew that if we were on Survivor and that was my team, we would have won. Nobody would have been voted off. They worked amazingly, and it was just exciting to learn the process. So I'm your person. If when the events happen, I can help supervise. I did put some muscle into it today, but future I
now know how it's done. You don't have to do it again, right? So tell us about the home show. The home builders in our community, I don't think could be busier or could be better at what they do, but they put on a home show every year to share with the community, first of all, who they are and who are the other people in the industry, whether they're renovators or suppliers and other things too. I've always considered myself to be not handy, right? And so, but it was always great to go to home shows to get great ideas, to find the handy guy.
Right.
Who could come do whatever I needed at my home. So is that what we're seeing and more of?
Yep. And more of, for sure. And that's one of those things that's really important to our membership and our association is, the local industry, the home building industry, priority, renovators, priority industry leaders, definitely. But we want to support the businesses in St. Thomas that really rely on this show for the following year of their business. So landscapers, we've got My Fireplace, Huron Tractor. These people, this is an opportunity for everybody to connect in one spot. And the networking, something we're really looking forward to is bringing even each business sort of owner, and Friday evening we're having a social for the vendors. This is a new thing this year. A lot of little new things that we're trying out. We've already booked our show for next March, and we're already excited to talk, and it hasn't even happened this year. So what has happened so far has excited the coordinators. And I should throw out, Sharon Lechner is the rock star this year that has helped put together the majority of this show. So she'll be running around with me, the arena, the next 5 days, because we include Monday. There's a huge cleanup to this as well. And so thank goodness for her. Amazing. Her ideas, event planner from St. Thomas. Don't call her when I need her, but if you know, I highly recommend Sharon.
Don't steal her from our stuff.
Steal her from me.
That's good. I agree. I mentioned about my mother-in-law buying a shed, but it is like that. I think I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, I sat there with one of our local landscapers because he was a good friend, and I was kind of between politics at the time. I spent most of the weekend, and he booked his whole summer of garden design and renovation design and landscaping just by being at the Home and Garden Show in St. Thomas. It just was incredible okay, I'm trying to have a good conversation with my friend, and no, he's too busy signing up people that's the type of place it is too. If you've got questions or a need, you're going to find them at the home show, and they'll be able to either answer your questions or say, I'll come to your house this week and see what we can do.
Definitely. And there's some perks to visiting us for the vendors. Upon entrance, they get a coupon for Wendy's burger or breakfast sandwich, which I will say we ordered approximately 20 breakfast sandwiches and coffees this morning for our crew. Passed the test. So everybody visiting the show will get these coupons. Popcorn will be served by the Rotary Club. Popcorn is actually being supplied by Snack City. So it's really, really cool just to see how many people in the community contribute to this. Boston Pizza provides a coupon for all the vendors to keep them, nourished and energized during the show. Streamliners will be on site for the weekend. Like, how amazing is that for us? We get to be spoiled with Streamliners.
I'll be surviving now. I have coffee. I'm good. Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
So good.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you might guess that I get to do a fair bit of talking. The city of St. Thomas has a booth. It's going to show some of the construction projects we have this year and some of the, the terror we're going to add to your neighborhood by closing certain streets and that type of thing. And I get to, basically stand there and talk. So it's like a all weekend long mayor's update. And so, we're rotating all sorts of the department people from our city hall and different councilors and myself. But I love doing it. But you're right. You all of a sudden need fluids. You've been standing talking for an hour or two and you go, okay, this isn't working. I've got to go. Right. So Streamliners, I'm happy. Yes.
Hey, we're even getting the Nika breakfast.
What?
So they'll be on site Saturday and Sunday.
And for anyone who doesn't know, that's an amazing breakfast. It's a Nicaraguan staple, and it is absolutely incredible that Maria puts together with her crew.
Right. Well, does she do anything that isn't incredible? I mean,
no, she
coffee
doesn't.
is my life, but I kind of was going around last night to medical students and telling them how good Las Chicas coffee was, because we gave them all kind of a grab bag of St. Thomas Elgin kind of stuff. We didn't tell this group yet, but last night Angela and I were at an event with 10 students from the School of Medicine at Western, and trying to convince them that St. Thomas is a great place to start practice after they're done medical school. And so we had a great dinner with them last night at GT's, but also gave them a grab bag to include a number of St. Thomas treats. And so conversations. Yeah. So smart kids. I'm old, so I can call them kids. Okay. They don't. Yeah.
I should mention that that process with those students, it's continued into this evening. They're being hosted this evening. Home Builders has generously decided to help out this evening. Hey Ho Homes, Shale's helping out. She's on our board of directors. Shale's helping just host them. She set up a TV for a presentation, bringing in pizza, drinks, and they get to tour 2 Hey Ho models and a Doug Terry Homes model home as well. So get to see the beautiful product that goes on here. A little bit, some of them seemed a little bit young, maybe not quite at that step, but like just to see that some of the communities, the beautiful areas in town. it's all part of the decision-making process, right? So.
Yeah, it's about what the community has to offer to a professional like a doctor, and these are people learning their skills as a doctor. Many of them picking their specialty now, and so they had lots of questions for us last night. I know the warden of the county and a couple of other mayors were there, but the community committee we have for physician recruitment put this on and has done it in the past, but for the last couple of years we've not been able. So it's been. It was quite special, but I don't want to steal from the home show, but it was something we were at last night. And it is another, often, Angela, we see the same people at a lot of things because the community is so interchangeable, and our home builders are great parts, whether it's through the Chamber of Commerce or through business groups or things like the physician recruitment, great people doing great things. And so we do it collectively in a community. So I thank you for your volunteer time and the communities to help put that on last night. We'll see them all at the home show again all weekend long. So it's really quite a unique community we have that. And you know what? We're not the only show in town this weekend. There is some other stuff going on. And you can go do more than one thing this weekend. We're just saying drop by the home show for sure on one of the 3 days or all 3 of the 3 days. And make friends and see what we have to offer in St. Thomas. But we're into summer now, and this is, as I said, slightly different time. So we'll see, what we get people out. It was funny when the rain was really coming down today. I thought, well, that would be good for the home show, not so good for St. Anne's. Let's have a little bit of all of these things, and we've got lots of or the market Saturday morning. I'm hoping to get to the market on my way to the home show. So you can still do lots of things in St. Thomas that way.
Yes. Absolutely. And we've got a question coming in. What is the cost to get into the home show?
Yeah, so it's the cost is $10 and 12 and under is free.
Oh, okay.
There are advanced tickets available.
I answered incorrectly. I said it was free in the chat there because I thought it had been free in past years, but it is $10.
Yeah, there's always been a fee to attend. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. That's my bad.
As you walk in and pay that money, you're getting a free hamburger worth almost $5.
Free burger.
Take that right off your price, right? And all the other free stuff you're going to get that some of the vendors are handing out, and the free advice you'll get. Yeah.
I should mention that because there's over $7,000 in prizes to be won. So almost every vendor, if they're not a whistle stop, so the bonus is that they're a whistle stop. You fill out the ballot. They'll only call you if you win. They're not going to call you unless you want them to, to talk about your future renovation. But they will call you if you win. And there's iPads, TVs, battery blowers, leaf blowers. Like there's just $350 gift cards. There's no shortage. There's a dollar value sort of to every prize, and it's high. And this is all contributions. We have a whole list for the visitors when they come in. We'll have a map set out for them. They find the whistle stops, and these are really cool lanterns that we're from the case. So at once upon a time, so it's a really neat little setup. I think the prizes was a huge thing. One thing I should mention, just so I don't get too far ahead, is we have sponsors this year. So Royal Bank is a huge sponsor and supporter often for us, and they've sponsored the show. Hey Ho Homes and Doug Terry Homes, overall sponsors as well. So yeah,
fantastic.
The prizes for those.
Jenkins gets in here right away to say how great the chamber booth will be. And they're a prize destination also, so excellent. And many of the booths are that too. They have a Wheel of Fortune kind of thing or some other way to win things right at the booth you're at. And,
so just
you'll collect all the St. Thomas trinkets you can think of. So it'll be fantastic. And thank you to RBC and Doug Terry. Too often, we and Hey Ho Homes. Too often we forget the ones that make all these things possible. We need to tell the people it can't happen without sponsors. So if you want to be a sponsor, suggest it and say yes. And if you are one, we better point out those that are. So that's a great way to look at it.
Absolutely.
Angela, how many booths? I don't know.
So I want to say around 70. And I will say there's been a map printed. it looks wonderful. It's in the Oudon County Market, but we have changed it since the print. We've had people last minute wanting to join in to the show, so we said, why not?
Great.
So I would say around 70, and they're all quality companies that everybody will look forward to visiting for sure.
Another question is it at the Joe Thornton Arena? Now, all of my information I've been saying is being brought into question.
100% is at the Joe Thornton Arena. The 2 ice pads is where people will visit. They'll come in the front entrance, grab their popcorn, their coupons, things like that, and then we'll kind of guide them with their map where they can go fill out their ballots for all the prizes. And this year we have, sometimes in the past, we've used the Doug Thierry room for special events, things like that, but we stuck with the 2 ice pads this year. And I'm throwing that out there only because there are some regular visitors year after year. So these are questions that do get asked when people arrive.
No, and I'm
glad saying you thought it was at Northside.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is for Paul. Just the rest of it will not be there. And I love the fact that there's a map because, or at least a little help. Because if you're standing there talking to people will come to you and say, hey, have you seen the such and such booth? And, you've got to make a couple passes on Friday night so you know where people are because, you get to direct people to who they're looking for. I need to buy a new air conditioning unit. Where is such and such? And so it's great if you can make a couple passes around to know where people are. And I love the new idea, Angela, of the Friday night reception for the vendors too. Because way too often it's so busy and it's a long weekend, but I go, were you there? I didn't see you, and I was there all weekend. That's right. It's a great way for us to get together on the Friday night.
So we'll have some Belmont catering up there. We'll have some caps off and a little bit of K-Divan as well. So it'll be a lovely couple-hour visit. We hope the vendors scoot and visit us. I know people are busy. There's not it's within the show time, but another opportunity for even the visitors to walk past, say hello. It'll be something new.
For the viewers who have just joined in, what are the main categories of the vendors that'll be there at the arena on the weekend, so they know what to kind of go and look for?
There's a wide variety, right? So there's financial institutions, there's healthcare options, like I said earlier, fireplace options, renovators, exterior sort of
landscapers.
Well, definitely landscapers. So a lot of home service, Gearlink's Home Hardware will be there. Mayor Joe mentioned that the Chamber of Commerce will be there. So it's a large variety. I would say every sector of every business will be covered at the show.
That's what I've been always impressed by when I've gone there. It's like everything you need is all the vendors, the local vendors are there.
Yes.
It's phenomenal just to go through and see, and just to see the wealth of talent that we have in our community.
Yes. And there'll be a little bit of live music this year. This is something new for us. We have a stage where we are calling it a bit of a calming stage, somewhere Joe can go and sit and have his coffee and have some conversation.
I sing where I work, so that's good. Right? Yeah.
This will be when I'll get my camera out, but I've heard that there's some hand massages happening on this calming stage. So this is very unique, interesting thing, and we'll be paying attention to Joe's hangout spot this weekend, if that's
I want a photo of our mayor getting a hand massage. These are details that Sharon has put into place, and I'm really looking forward to see them come to fruition this weekend. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Drinking a coffee with the finger up while getting the hand massage. That's right.
As long as they don't rub me the wrong way. No. It's the best comedy I got. All right.
I wish I could go. I'm in Ottawa this weekend. I love the home show. So I'm sorry to miss. I'm sorry to miss St. Anne's. But yeah. Here I am. Wildflowers again. Wildflowers Friday evening. The market Saturday morning.
That's right. It's like
this is amazing.
I have to stay home all summer because there's neat things going on. This is right. So I was looking today, going, boy, today's been a busy day, and we're working all weekend. Well, how do we make this time back? Right? We have a family wedding on Monday night, so after the long weekend, we have that too. So. We'll rest up at the end of the summer. When it snows, we can always rest up more. This is we've got to take advantage of what we haven't seen for the last 2 years. It is just I don't know what I need yet, but I'll find something at the home show this weekend that I can't live without. And I think most people do the same thing as they're out visiting. It's, hey, oh, I forgot. That's what I needed, a lawnmower. No, I don't need a lawnmower. I don't want it. No, that's fine. Somebody else would.
All right, final question. I know you've got to get running, Angela. Another question came in is, do you need to wear a mask to go to the home show?
Masks are our personal preference for the show this weekend. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Excellent. Angela, thank you for joining us tonight. It is phenomenal when big things happen in our community that we can have the guests on a Mayor's Update to help share when and how much and how good it will look. So thank you very much. And I'm so looking forward to seeing all of those people in person again that we've gone a couple years without. So thank you to the home builders and yourself for putting this on. Thank you to RBC and Hey-Ho and Doug Terry for sponsoring, and for all of the other vendors who have chosen to go to the home show this weekend. It's a great thing for our community. Come on out and support your community and have fun. Mondays for rest.
That's right. Well, Tuesday for me, but I do.
I'm with you.
I just want to thank you for this opportunity to be here. And I will say, when I'm watching, as a spectator, when I'm watching the Mayor's Live, I still talk to you guys. I don't type everything I'm thinking. So this is kind of fun to be here. Invite me back anytime. So we've got this cult following. We know this is working for us. So it's, all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
You get some rest.
Have a great evening. Thank you, gentlemen. I'm not exactly sure how to exit, but I will continue to watch.
I got you.
Okay. Thank you, Greg.
Right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was just fantastic.
Great. What a feeling. I like it when we have big things that we talk about the big things, but let's not forget there's lots of little things this weekend, including a lot of lawn sales or yard sales. And a lot of, we mentioned St. Anne's as being another event that's going on this weekend. If you've never been, and it's been a couple of years, so there may be new people to our community who are watching Mayor's Update and have never been to a St. Anne's festival. It's a kind of neighborhood community fair, and all cities used to have these. I know even in St. Thomas, there used to be the Locks Fair too.
Yeah. Right? And they used to climb a pole at the Locks Fair, a greased pole. And they had
to like climb. That was a contest.
Like, what?
Yeah, the old types of community fairs were just incredible, right? And so St. Anne's has been around a long time as a fundraiser for the community that St. Anne's is, and so please try and get to both. And there's lots of businesses in St. Thomas that need your help too. So please continue to, while you're out, go see your old friends. We're pretty much back to normal. Numbers on COVID are looking fantastic because summer does that. We distance ourselves and we're outside. So let's do our best to treat our community well this weekend.
Absolutely. We've had a bunch of questions that came in from the audience over the week. So I just want to run them by you.
Yep.
So I'm just going to pull them up over
here. It is an open forum. And
it is indeed.
Like to answer the questions.
Our local community's open forum. So there was a question that came in from a viewer of last week's show about Pinafore and whether or not there's going to be vendors at the Canada Day event.
Not many. There will be. We know we've left it open for the Optimist Club and the Kinsman to do the beer garden stuff starting at 4:00. And because we're kind of late getting this set up, and a number of vendors had said they weren't sure whether they'd be able to make it. We just said, let's not do it then. The vendors normally showed up at like 8 or 9 in the morning. And we blocked off roadways in the park to do the vendors. So let's plan a huge Canada Day for next year. This year's a Canada Day celebration of fireworks, and 4:00 is kind of when the park gets going with the other not-for-profits. And we need to get our not-for-profits and service clubs back up and running well too after COVID. And so thank you to the Kinsman and the Optimist for that, and it will be great. But yeah, where in Pinafore Park will the fireworks go off? It's the normal spot in the in the field down by the new band shell. And so there's quite a fall area around there that you can't sit, but you can get fairly close there. And again, if I can just really quickly say, your better spot is to walk into the park from one of the off-site parking spots. Mm-hmm. After the fireworks, it'll be at least 45 minutes before cars are allowed to leave the park. So you can walk out to where your car is and go home from there. When cars start leaving the park, you'll only be able to turn right onto Elm Street or left over behind the Parkside school through the tennis court area. So really, be polite and have fun. It is Canada Day. It's for a celebration. And so we'll talk more. Almost every mayor's update between now and then, and there'll be a lot of other news we put out as to best place to park, where the plan will be, where the optimist and Kinsman will be. I talked to an optimist today, and they're very excited about getting back into the serving food and beverages game. It's a great fundraiser for them. They do so much in the community because they do that. And of course, Kinsman help with our fireworks, and they do a great job on fireworks sales too. What other questions do you have?
Well, funnily enough, the next one tees into the fireworks. And I think it was just because there were a lot of fireworks that went off the other weekend. And someone was saying, please review fireworks city policy to restrict places and times. So I'm not actually aware, what are the restrictions on fireworks in St. Thomas?
Yes, you can purchase fireworks and set off community displays or personal backyard displays as long as good safety is taking place. You're hearing them at your neighbor. Those things can happen for 2 days before or the day of and on either side. So for the May 24th weekend or for Canada Day this year is on July 1st. So if you're doing a personal display, you Friday the 1st would be Canada Day, and the second is the Saturday. So I would assume those would be the 2 days. I get that there's small animals and animals that are quite upset by fireworks and the displays. So we'd like you to do them safely and do them as a community group rather than 5 houses in a community all having, try and put your community group together, or better than that, come on out to the city display, the Kinsman and Optimist display, the Kinsman display mostly at Pinafore Park, and we'll entertain you and celebrate the birthday of Canada there. So that's it. But we do have a bylaw that does it. But I'm going to tell you, it's really hard to enforce a fireworks bylaw. If someone is setting off fireworks illegally, by the time it's reported and one of our bylaw officers can get anywhere near the neighborhood, the fireworks are over. Mm-hmm. Well, how do you find out what's going on now, right? So it's by complaint. So please help us with it, but mostly just be good citizens and let the neighbors around you know if you're going to have a community fireworks display or a backyard fireworks display, so that people can do things like Jojo the Wonder Dog. She's not so fond of fireworks, but we know that if we put her in her bed and we're there with her, she's okay. But other dogs are not, and other people have more trouble. So,
yep, that's the way it goes. So it's hard. I guess that's the story. And then I'm sure if they call into the community service line on the weekend, no one's going to answer it probably right away to get a bylaw officer out.
The emergency look at our bylaw officers are working more evenings for some of this stuff too, but you're right. The police are not. The police probably won't answer a bylaw noise complaint or a bylaw fireworks complaint. But I suppose if they're driving by and see somebody doing something stupid, they're always going to be there. So, but Adam says it right here. Fireworks at Pinafore Park on July 1st are a community thing that have gone on forever. We're going to have a city display, and if we get to that being the biggest and best, then there's no need for a community display. So let's see.
Well, that's where I go.
Yeah.
It's always phenomenal. As a photographer, I go there for photos too.
Right. And of course, you get a lot of photos of the night of fireworks, of course. So,
yeah.
So Alan, thank you for sharing that. That is, look, we don't want to take the fun out of the world either, right? I understand there's a reason why not to do a lot of things, but but that doesn't preclude the reason why we do it in the first place. We're celebrating Canada's birthday. It's supposed to be the celebration. So we've taken a little less of the marketplace out of it and called it's a fireworks celebration. It starts later in the day at Pinafore and ends after the fireworks.
And Adam's
watch where you're flying your drone.
Don't get too close to the fireworks. No, I'm not bringing my drone anywhere near those fireworks. But one day,
no, that would be something to try and do.
Maybe I should
safely.
I thought I had to buy two because I crashed the first one into a tree and I had to get it repaired. So I was doing all this work, so I had to go get another drone. So I actually have two right now.
You don't know where the fireworks are going. I mean, in general where they're launching from.
Yeah,
you got that drone up there flying.
We've got a family saying though, Joe. It's called "risk it for the biscuit."
Okay. All right, but if you bring fireworks down upon my crowd, I will. You and I will discuss your drone work. Yeah.
No. Yeah. I will keep it far away from all the.
All right, you've been doing some great stuff with the drones. I saw some of the stuff you showed along Fairview, and the City Hall one was incredible. I could see myself working hard in my office on your drone footage. It was great. Yeah.
Oh, just wait till you see the video component. Because so I was coming back from a job. I went out in the early morning to the new development over on the south of St. Thomas to do some real estate stuff. And then I was coming back and the lighting was just gorgeous. I saw the baseball players playing at the Doug Terry Sports Complex.
Right.
And I was like, okay, this is a classic like St. Thomas shot. So I got the drone up and it's spinning around the ball players on the outside as they're playing. I'm like, oh, too good.
Yeah, and I was how many people drop fly balls because your drone is up there taking their attention away from the ball game? Right?
They couldn't even see it. It's so high up. There's no way they would even notice that it was there. But that would be pretty funny. And then I pulled back, which was the really cool shot. So I flew over as my battery's like dying, I like pull over the big field and got that big wide shot, which is great. It was just beautiful.
Yeah, excellent. Well, you're way more artistic from me. My heart is talking, and yours is drawing and drones and photography and all the other animation and all the other stuff. So yeah, you've got lots of habits that really work. You haven't seen Graydon's jumbo, right? He's been kind of displaying all the different types of jumbo he does, and I turned one on last night and said, have this one, the Clark McDougall style jumbo. What a St. Thomas one that is. Right? So of course I call my great friend Graydon and he says, no, I sold that one. So
it's gone right away.
Yeah, you can't have it. No, even if you are the mayor, it doesn't matter. Right?
It's already gone. But I will paint another one just like that. But if you go,
or I'm going to find who bought the first one. Right.
I was.
If you bought the first one, we're on Mayor's Update. So if you bought the first one, I'm willing to offer a premium. No, it's what other questions do we have from last week? We had quite a good active show last week, and I had a number of people following up with me through the week. Even we talked, a lot about food trucks and different festivals and different things in our community. So is there anything up from? I know, and Adam, hopefully you're on. You sent me a great email today and. Or this week about last week's show, and I have some answers for you and researching some other municipalities around us as to how well we do with food vending, food trucks, days of the week, those types of things. So you and I will have a conversation, or you'll get an email back from me very shortly.
Mm-hmm. We had an email in from the Kohler Family Foundation because they just made a donation to the new hospice, the Elgin Hospice, that's going in over by Waterworks Park. And if you don't know about this yet, it's a phenomenal incentive in our community to give people a place. If they need palliative care, they can go and they can live at the hospice as they're living out the last of their days in a place where they can be happy. Their family can visit them, and it's something we don't have in Elgin County, which is crazy to me. All these other communities have it. This is the first time we're going to get it. So it's still in the fundraising stages, but they gave a donation of $1,000. So thanks to them for that.
And I meant to mention Jeff and Jennifer and the kids. It was from the Family Foundation towards the hospice. Jeff and I have been working for a long time, and the other Jeff too, Jeff Urick and I, we on the hospice groups that were in our community or still in our community looking to fundraise. And as a city, we really looked hard for where would be the best spot for a hospice. And we found that piece of city land right next to Waterworks Park in a very nice kind of private area. Great place for families going through, the death of a loved one. And so we think this is going to be a fantastic spot for a hospice in our community. And we've got a super group working hard. So if you have the opportunity and can donate to the hospice, we've given it some good land. The city will give it also some other, development pieces to go with it. But we'll need lots of fundraising from both service clubs, families like that. And hospices as they grow, become much more benefiting from the families they have helped. But when you're first starting a hospice, it's very hard to get a hospice going in order for that to work. A great place for families to go through this. So please, if you're thinking of it, please help them out too. Maybe we'll have somebody on from the hospice as we start to lay out the building on that piece of beautiful land right above Waterworks Park. We think it'll be a great place for a hospice.
I would love that. And I think that'd be a fantastic. I know some people there, so I'm going to talk to them, and I'll see about getting them on to explain a little bit more about what they do. And another thing that happened earlier in May that I wanted to talk about, I had a write-up come in, and it was, I'm just going to read out the write-up so people know about it. Right. So on May 14th, over 40 community members attended the first community conversation event in the Pinafore Park Dance Pavilion. And Saturday's event included drumming by members of the Deshakan ZB Indigenous Women's Association, as well as booths featuring Three Hills Crafts, traditional handmade drums and shakers made by 3 generations of Hills. Nicole Arsenault, a Métis artist, who is a part of the Turtle Clan from the Tyendanga Bay of Quinte, St. Thomas Public Library, Elgin County Library, the St. Thomas Elgin Coalition to End Poverty, and Rainbow Optimists of Southwestern Ontario. And the participants enjoyed a traditional corn soup, fry bread, and a strawberry drink provided by Graham's Kitchen. Additionally, funds are raised to bring potable water to the Oneida Nation of the Thames Reserve that has been under a boil water advisory since September 2019, which is crazy. Yep. Anyone who wishes to donate to this cause can contact Chris Patrickin at Simply Pure Water. And if you don't know where that is, it's 123 Wellington Street, St. Thomas, 519.
How could you not know where Simply Pure Water is?
I know.
Chris and Jamie do an excellent job and a wonderful job of local products, and now also do a wonderful job of really environmentally saving. You can use your own containers, and it's just a great setup they have at Simply Pure Waters. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt the fundraising piece, but that's where you can go to also help with the group that you were just talking about too. So,
absolutely. And if you want to continue that conversation, I'm going to post some information. You can get in touch with the library, and so email them info@stthomaspubliclibrary.ca to help with this initiative. So I wanted to bring that up because they sent it in for us to share, which I think is great. So Excellent. If you have a story or something like that you want to share, let us know. We'll share it on Mayor's Update, and we'll get the information out into the community.
Right. And seriously, Chris and Jamie do a lot in this community too, whether it's Chamber of Commerce or their own business or working with other business groups. So please think of them when you're thinking of, first of all, the water that you want in your house too, and also the local products that they now sell in that shop. Drop in and see it, right? It's just great to see.
So many fantastic things in there. So what's been happening at council over the past week, Mayor Joe?
Nothing. This was a week of no council. And so, I mean, it isn't like City Hall closes when that happens, but I can get a lot done of conversations with other levels of government and that type of thing while we're not always planning for a council meeting. So there is a council meeting on Monday night. As I've said, I'm going to be missing my first council meeting ever. So in 4 years, I've got a family wedding on Monday night. And so Gary Clark, I think, will be sitting in the mayor's seat. He's the
awesome.
Right. Yeah. Well, I want to watch this. I'm glad we stream and repeat our council meeting because I get to see what it looks like without me there, of course. And it's a pretty good agenda. But you and I will, Gary and I talked about the agenda today a bit, and Sandra and I will talk about it also. We'll talk about it next Wednesday, even though I said to Gary, maybe you should be doing Mayor's Update next week, but I guess it's not. It's just you and me, and we'll have another special group, we think, next week too.
Totally.
Adam mentioned that weddings throughout the week are becoming more popular. First of all, it's been very hard to schedule a wedding through COVID, and now anybody who's kind of backlogged waiting for a Saturday. In our case, our new daughter-in-law is Chinese, and Saturday isn't a thing, but the dates are lucky as to when your wedding day should be, and June 6th is a lucky number with her, and so planning it all for a Monday has made a significant difference, and maybe made it easier considering how I think somebody was saying Wildflower, if you wanted to book a Saturday wedding, you're now into 2024 or something. I mean, there's probably gaps, but it's really crazy how backed up it is. So, so we had, it's that day, and it's worked out pretty well for us to plan it way quicker than most weddings are planned, and looking forward to it. So,
absolutely.
Any idea how long construction workers are on strike? I believe they settled the strike. The carpenters union strike that was there, I believe that is now settled, and I'll make sure if I'm wrong. But the other problem we're having so much with construction, first of all, is supply chain stuff for all the products that go with construction, and it only needs to be one or two little things in a house that aren't being delivered for us to the speed we need to building housing in St. Thomas. There's lots of issues in construction, but I believe the carpenter strike is over. And of course, we have an election. We better remind people, if you haven't voted, tomorrow is election day.
That's right.
Right. And look, I like what my friend Steve Peters says is better than me, but I don't want to hear you complaining if you haven't at least spent the little bit of effort there is to go and vote, right? And pick one of the people who've really put their heart and soul out there. And you don't have to believe with them all. I agree with you. Do not vote for someone who you don't want to vote for. But you've had a full 4 weeks or more now to pick who you're going to, right? And just go ahead, right? You're going to have to not complain if you've chosen not to participate in the democratic process. And I also have this conversation a lot, having run a number of times federally and now as mayor. Look, if you're not certain you like what you're getting, go out and help a candidate. They could use the help and effort, right? I mean, I've had, in Ottawa, I had a number of conversations with people who say, well, it should have been. I said, well, what did you do? How many hours did you spend with that candidate? How many doors did you knock on in respect with that candidate? Or did you pick one who policies you like? And did you go help them? And if you didn't, another one of these, hey, don't complain, right? So anyway, tomorrow's election day. If you have not voted yet in the advance polls, and I understand a lot have, a significant number more than normal, because we're making more voting opportunities. And tomorrow is your day, and get out and do that. When we get into the municipal election later in the fall, it will be all electronic, all by phone, all by computer, and we're going to make it fairly easy for you to vote at any time in the period of time where voting is there. It's from the comfort of your lazy boy. I'm not sure we can make it the comfort of your lazy boy for a long period of time. Pick a date and time, and you can do it. That's what we'll work on. So
I love it. I love that idea. It makes it so much more accessible.
We will explain a lot here on Mayor's Update and on the city website and on our own websites. And candidates will be a great way for you to learn how or what's different and how to make it easier. And we recognize not everybody's comfortable with a telephone or a computer, but not everybody's comfortable lining up, 80 deep in the mall either. So we'll make sure that we have a great way of looking at it to make it work. We got any other questions in that I missed in here?
There was one about a Lindhurst community yard sale.
Okay, and that's this weekend. I'm assuming there's a pile of yard sales this year. Or
I'm looking. Yeah, I'm trying to find the address for it.
Please take a look.
But Adam Montgomery mentioned it. So Adam, if you know the address,
Margaret's asked, is tomorrow's tomorrow's vote online? No, it is not. Tomorrow is, now you're down to going to the polling booth tomorrow to vote, right?
And I
So
think your
Adam
last
says Saturday. Go
June
ahead.
4th. Yeah, your last chance to vote was at the Grand Central, I believe, today. If you're going to do advanced voting.
Yeah, yes, you could do advanced voting up till, and I suppose maybe you still have 10 minutes. I'm guessing it closes at 8 o'clock. Yeah. But tomorrow is the normal polling time at your main polling station for your riding, your area, right? So, right. So let's get everybody out to do that. Perfect.
Very good. All right. Well, this has been a very concise and active mayor's update. Again, I love the community we're building here. This is fantastic.
And we're getting lots more conversation and questions now. So let's, ask them during the show, and we'll try and take care of them. And if not, please leave them either through established media or on, and just leave the questions. We'll get to them through the week, right? And or at the next show. Right?
Absolutely.
How will we get to them if we don't do them through the week, right? So
and Adam Montgomery saying McBain line to James line to Crescent Avenue.
That's a pretty big neighborhood yard sale, right? So excellent. If a lot are participating, you can go get some good deals on your way to the home show, or St. Anne's, or wherever else you're going.
And Austin's asking when you're getting a lawnmower, but for those who don't know, Mayor Joe's moved into a condo, so he doesn't have to worry about it anymore. He's a very lucky man.
I'm in my apartment now, right? I don't need the lawnmower now, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of the outside stuff went with the house that we moved out of. So perfect. And yes, that was JoJo that barked. Stephanie came home and she thought there was an intruder. JoJo's so kind, she'll help you carry the TV out. She's not much of a guard dog. She's pretty friendly. So yes, that was JoJo the Wonder Dog barking at Stephanie. And so we better end because now I've got company. So Stephanie's home. So.
Well, Mayor Joe, thanks again for another wonderful chat with the community here on the Mayor's Update for Established Media. See you next week.
Yes.
Have a great weekend, everybody.